Another portion of the regulations I would like to highlight with the recent updates is centered around testing and the use cases you need to be aware of and compliance risks centered around testing workflows. So first, the OMMA says very explicitly that all testing samples are to be pulled from the harvest batch and from the production batch. And that might seem pretty straightforward. However, in metric world, when you go to pull the sample from the harvest batch, you will need to create a testing child package from the harvest batch before you create any packages from the harvest batch. The reason why this is challenging is a few different reasons. So first of all, when you go to harvest these plants, you need to project in the future how many pounds or grams per plant is harvested on average. And we know when we go to harvest these plants, that's going to be a wet weight because that material has not dried yet. Next, you need to determine what your potential moisture loss percentage will be. Dependent on what that number is, so total amount of wet weight, deduct from your moisture loss percentage, this will be your total net weight within one harvest batch. That net weight cannot go over 10 pounds. So you're going to need to know very key data metrics to know how much weight per plant on average you harvest, which means how many plants can you put within that harvest batch and what your moisture loss percentage is. Also, when you go to pull these test results from this harvest batch, any package that you create will reflect those test results after the test results pass. Another situation to be aware of, if you create a package and those test results have not hit the harvest batch, metric will still say submitted for testing. It will not say test passed within the harvest batch. Meaning, if you create a package out of that harvest batch and that harvest batch is still reflecting a submitted for testing test status, every package you create after that will also reflect submitted for testing. It will not say test passed. This will be severely out of compliance and will probably require you to retest that batch and those package tags with a very specific workflow to make sure that the test results retroactively inherit into those packages. Now, for all of you processors or manufacturers out there, all medical marijuana product lots in production batches are not to exceed 10 pounds, which theoretically should be pretty straightforward. This is a lot easier compared to the harvest batches. So all you need to make sure is that your package tags that hold your weight that you look to test do not exceed 10 pounds. Another use case I'd like to discuss is variety packs. So variety packs are a bit challenging, especially when it comes to testing and testing in final form. Variety packs are defined as multiple SKUs packaged within one final form unit. So a few examples from some other states, Key Cocoa Teas. So Key Cocoa is this wonderful woman-owned company that specializes in cannabis-infused teas. And they have about 5 different cannabis teas, everything from active to sleepy to make you feel good and everything in between. And they do this awesome variety pack where you can purchase a variety pack and it includes each one of those different teas. Now, it is not clear in OMMA's regulations if variety packs are allowed. And how you test for these, there is a specific way you can do this within Metric, and there is a workflow to do this compliantly. The bigger question is if the variety packs of final form is allowed within Oklahoma. Some other examples of variety packs might be an indica joint pack where you have 5 1-gram joints within that joint pack, but each joint is a different indica type of strain or variety. Any type of final form unit that holds multiple SKUs or multiple production batches or multiple harvest batches within the single unit final form variety pack may not be allowed in Oklahoma. So if you are an operator, I highly recommend that you receive clarity on this. And if you are producing this type of product, you absolutely need to get this in writing from OMMA if this is allowed before you implement metric.